What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to play some Horizon 5, and I opened up my Discord and I saw that there's a couple of guys that sent me some tunes for me to try. So I'm going to try one. I'm going to pick one of these and I'm going to try it for today's video. So that's what's happening. I just want to play this game. I don't know. It just popped into my head this morning when I woke up and I was like, you know what, I want to play a bit of Horizon 5. But I also don't want to do anything crazy or overly competitive or anything like that. So I just want to kind of chill, you know. So I have a couple of tunes that you guys have sent me. I'm gonna pick one of them and we'll try and work from there. Both of these are drift tunes that you sent me, so I'm just gonna pick one of them. I'll pick the bottom one. So this guy sent me a tune for an Audi RS5. Now, before you're like, oh, really? It's gonna be all-wheel drive. It's not actually all-wheel drive. He's rear-wheel drive swapped it. So I'm pretty happy with that. We got a rear-wheel drive swapped Audi RS5 as our build, which is interesting. I find it works best third and fourth gear. This is one of my first actual tunes I've posted here, and I think it's decent. Here's a share code. If any of you have any suggestions or feedback, let me know and I'll try. I'm down. Let's just hope he kept the actual standard engine in this thing, because it actually doesn't sound too bad. It's just a little bit quiet. If he's just changed the exhaust on it, it could actually sound kind of decent. 136 753 458. That is the share code for the tune. You can try it for yourselves as well if you want to try. And check out this person's tune. Drift suspension, drift tire compound, rear wheel drive. Already I know that this is going to not be that great. Drift tire compound is not the way to go if you want to build a drift car. It sounds counterintuitive. It just isn't a good tire. I feel like the way they've made it in this game is just shit. They made it way too grippy for drift cars in this game. I mean, visually you haven't done anything to this thing except for put on some wheels, which I'm not really a big fan of. Steering angle doesn't look fantastic, but that could be deceiving because this game's physics aren't really the best. Actually, it's pretty accurate to the wheels, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I'm saying this is sometimes the steering angle that you actually see visually is a little bit less. Oh, Jesus. It's a little bit less than the actual steering angle that you can get. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I mean, it does have a lot of power that's all going to the rear wheel, so this could still be okay-ish to drive. Oh, I've just realized he's made it look like it. Why have you put... I'm just looking at it now. You've left the whole front end of an Audi RS, but the rear end you've changed to like an Audi A5. I've just noticed it now. Looking at it, you got rid of the twin exhaust from like either side of the bumper, and you make this thing look like an A5 on the rear end. I've just noticed that. I kind of want to play maybe some steering with this. I think it'll be a little bit better. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna change to sim steering. I think it's just gonna be a little bit better to drive. Yeah, I'm doing it now. I don't know why I'm doing it mid slide, but I'm doing it now. I also am gonna go and put on the old drift cam, because that also makes it kind of an interesting way to drive. What's weird about the balance of the RS5 and all the RSs, especially from this period, is because they have a big fat V8. It's placed really far up front. So pretty much any car reviewer that has ever tested one of these cars out in real life, and I'm assuming, you know, the cars in game are somewhat similar to real life in terms of the way they've been made to handle. That engine sits incredibly far forward in these Audis, making it really, really understeery when it's quattro. But because now this guy basically got rid of any sort of any sort of basically like axle at the front end. The only thing you really have at the front end of this thing now is just the car steering, basically, or that's what it should be in real life. He's removed a bunch of the weight from the front end, so it should make it a little bit more balanced. Maybe make the steering drive a little bit more like a BMW than an Audi. I mean, you can send it sideways for like a little like basic build. I don't really care about the points. I probably should get out and stop this ticking from happening. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it on just for the people that are watching the video that are very into the whole points thing. If you want to see how many points I get, I'll stick in the slide. But I'm not going for points here. I'm kind of going to try and check out the car and see what it's like. It's really like simple to drive. It's very basic. There's nothing like crazy or special or anything like mad about it, to be honest. I'm not a big drift tire enjoyer. I think there's just better tires out there if you want to do anything for drifting. But if you want to build something that's just super basic, I mean, you can slap the drift tires on it. I'm not going to keep explaining myself in every single video that I try one of these things on why drift tires are bad versus everything else. I mean, I've made videos in the past. I feel like I'll sound like a broken clock if I keep repeating myself over and over again. Explaining myself in every single video. I mean, it's very easy to drive, very easy to control. If you just want to mess around, like a little mess around build, this is alright. I fuck with it. Definitely do fuck with it. Again, it's easy to control. There's nothing really crazy about it. I can, as you can see, stake in one. I can literally drift in one lane if I really feel like it. So it's not a hard car to control. I can keep it on the track. I can extend my slide with the handbrake, except, you know, drift tires don't really let me do it too much. You can see I'm slowing down insanely if I'm on the handbrake, so I can't really use my handbrake for what I really want to use it for. Ideally, with my handbrake is, yes, I do kind of want to slow down a little bit, but as soon as this thing goes laterally, I don't use my handbrake to either slightly extend my slide so it goes a little bit further, or I want to kind of like rearrange myself a little bit. So like here, I want to rearrange myself to the outside lane, which you can still do, but the drift tires really slow you down for that. Is there a lateral grip, or it just makes no sense. I mean, fourth gear is pretty much very, very decent here for this entire track. It's nothing too insane. Okay. Yeah, it's alright. Oh, there's my first spin. I knew it was going to happen here as well. It always happens there. Oh god, I'm going to lose my points. Yeah, I knew it. It always happens here. It always puts the cars, like... Oh god. Lots of spin and then no spin. It puts the cars, counter-steering to the test. Or like, steering lock to the test. In that very specific spot. And that's the one spot that I spin out all the time on. Depends on what car I'm driving, obviously, but it's a spot that I spin out all the time on. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go at too high of a speed. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to make it so I can head into it at a very specific angle. And then there's a bit of elevation change, which doesn't help. And I just wanted to really slow down. And, you know, obviously I mess it up. If it's with cars that I've never driven before, and I try it out for the very first time, it's like a 50-50 if I do spin out or I don't spin out in that very specific spot. If you watch any of my previous videos, it is very much a 50-50. Again, super basic. Try out different tires, snow tires or drag tires even. Yeah, even for rear-wheel drive drifting. It's funny that you changed the rear end to an A5 instead of the RS5. I think I feel like I wouldn't have noticed that if I didn't pay attention to it at the very beginning. But yeah, it is very much noticeable now. It just looks funny. It just doesn't look like an RS5. It looks like an unbadged A5, which makes it look a little bit funnier. Yeah, it's very basic, nothing too crazy, nothing too special with this car. It drifts, it's alright. Kind of work with your tune a little bit more, and you know, you'll be able to get it to be a little bit better. But overall, the basic foundation is there, and it actually does drive pretty alright. So I can't really judge you on anything to do with the whole way this thing handles. It's just, you can get it to handle just a tiny bit better if you kind of work around slightly different tires. Anyway, let's move on to the other guy's build. I will try this guy's build. I have a drift build for a vehicle I'm willing to bet no one has made for. It's not competitive in any capacity, but more of a meme. You guys know I love the meme builds. They're always funny. I just think it can hold a line better than expected. I've had a lot of fun showing up new players, and I don't want to divulge how long it took me to get this working to the level it does. Right, brilliant. Since I am a person that has been doing or has been testing or doing builds on random dumb cars, I feel like I've done a build on this car before. 860-250-377. If I've done a build on this car before, you guys have to like the video. Alright, there you go. There's a little challenge. Is that a challenge? It's not a challenge. What is it? I've done it. Yeah. That's I told you I've done it. I'm pretty sure I have one of these things. I have a video on this channel, I think, on this truck. This isn't that hard to build, by the way, for drifting. This is not that hard to build for drifting. Where's mine? I don't even know if it still has the tune on it. Is it on this one? I honestly don't even remember which one it's actually on. But I do have a build on one of these, and I don't remember which one it's on. It surely is on the one that has more power, right? I'm assuming it's on the one that has more power. Is this a drift build one? I know that this is the Forza Edition one. Like, why do I have these tires on this thing? Or do they come as standard? I don't honestly remember which one has the build. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I don't know what build is on this thing, but this definitely does not have a drift build on it. I mean, it can slide, but it definitely doesn't have the drift build on it. Alright, well, his one is not for the Forza Edition one anyway. So we'll swap over to the regular one, which is this one. Maybe this one has it? The drift build on it? I want to see if my tires are all wonky, if I have super insane amount of Does this have like crazy toe? No, it doesn't. I don't think my build is on these anywhere. Yeah, well, anyway, we're gonna use his build regardless. My tunes. Yeah. Well, Dom sent me one as well, way back when. This guy's left it as a rear-wheel drive. Interesting. Very interesting choice. Not only that, but you didn't even put the most powerful engine in it. This is gonna be an interesting one. How is this gonna work then? You haven't put it's not got the more powerful engine in it. You left it as a rear-wheel drive, or you changed it to a rear-wheel drive. I don't even know which one it is. That's standard. It doesn't rev as high. Oh, back end definitely wants to go though. I mean, this is a diesel truck, so it's got a lot of torque, so I don't really mind being... I should be fine being in a higher gear, right? It's too weak. Put the other engine in it. Trying to see what I can come away from this build. I don't know who you're showing up in this thing, but it's too weak. It needs more torque. It needs more torque and more power. It's struggling to stay sideways. Still only has the 4-speed in it as well. Yeah, this build's shit. Yeah, this is not great. I love how you're like, how long it took me to get this thing working. It just doesn't look like you've done anything to it. It just doesn't look like you've done anything to it. If I even put the tune onto this thing, surely, right? I want to try it again. I want to see if did I mess something up. Did he say put it in third? What did it say? Rear wheel drive drift third gear. Bro, you're doing 100 miles an hour in third. There's no way you're doing any sort of drifting in third. I don't know what drifting you're doing in third gear here. This is way too weak. Look, it just straightens up again. I can't do anything. I'm keeping it in fourth. Fourth has more torque. I don't need it to be really high in the revs. Look how much better fourth is. See what I mean? This is a diesel, so you're gonna have a silly amount of torque lower on in the lower in the RPMs. So third is the wrong gear you should be in. You don't need it to be high in the revs. Also, I'm so like, why have you not put the other engine in it? I don't understand. Because this thing can have the other engine that has more torque and like double the horsepower, right? It's got like 2400 horsepower with the other engine. I just don't understand why you wouldn't do that. It's too weak. Yeah, I don't like this tune. But I've done builds on this in the past as well, and Dom of course sent me a tune for this stupid thing too. Which is, I know it's easy to drift. You didn't even like manipulate the truck with the like insane amount of toe, have you? It doesn't look like you have. No. Your tires are pretty much just dead straight. It just doesn't look like you've done anything to it. Have you done anything to it? I'm honestly so confused here. What tires do you have on? It looks like they're either slicks or the drag radials. It's the stock tire compound. So you're basically on... Oh, you can't change the tires on this thing. One of those things. Like, why would you have the 1600 horsepower engine into this thing when you can put the other one on? Oh, this one has more torque, but this one has more horsepower. I'm genuinely confused. I want to pick this one, right? Let me just change to this one real quick. I want to see what the difference is in terms of the way they drive. This one's obviously all-wheel drive. This is so much more responsive. How quickly it changes direction. This is so much faster as well. It's so much faster than the other truck. The all-wheel drive of it just makes it different. I mean, this isn't really the best thing in the world either, but I want to do this. I want to build one myself. I feel like I can do a better job. I genuinely feel like I can do a better job. So rear-wheel drive. Let me do it. Let me try it, because I don't like your tune. I want to see if it's just because of your tune, or is it just because I don't like the way the truck drives. Maybe it's just me. Keeping it rear-wheel drive. So I want to try and build it the same way that you did. Aero, I couldn't care less about aero. It doesn't do anything anyway. Front end tire grip, do I want to change it? 345s, we'll change it, why not? This, I'm going to do that. Wheels, I am going to get lighter ones. We'll just put any of them on, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, whichever ones are the lightest. Diff, I don't really know about the 4-speed transmission. I think it is the lightest one though. Yeah. It's probably why it exists. Because it's the lightest transmission. And then the off-road diff, which locks it automatically. Drift suspension, ARBs, yeah, cool. I think the thing that this thing will end up struggling with will be power to push its back end out. But I want to try and see if I can go to full extremes, if it's actually going to do it. So, I'm going to lower that, max this out though. Gear ratios, I need to adjust these accordingly. I don't really know exactly how this is going to drive, but we'll have a look at that. I'm going to give it a lot of camber in the front as well. ARBs, soft, stiff. Same with the suspension, soft, stiff. Soft and soft, soft and soft. And diff is 100 to 0. Let me try this. I don't like the gear ratios, but I mean, have you noticed a change? Have we noticed a change in the way this drives, or what? Have we noticed a change? I'm gonna stretch these out because I now have a bunch more gears to play with, so it doesn't matter. Let's bring it over to the mountain again. And I want to see what the difference is. The excessive tow is kind of like a cheat code for getting this thing to stay sideways. Okay, fourth gear struggles lower in the RPM, so I need to try and not get it to drop too far. Third gear loves it. Gears are too far apart. Bring that down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I need like a good mix on fourth. I can adjust each gear individually, but I just can't be bothered to do it. That's why I'm just adjusting. That's why I'm only just adjusting in the final drive. Like I can't drive this thing in a straight line. Like this is now built drifting only. Can you tell the difference between this and the other person's build? tell the type of slides that this is now capable of doing? This thing is dumb as hell. It's not an easy thing to drive because you kind of want it to keep its speed up as much as possible. So I can't really hold a silly amount of angle, but at the same time I need to try and still get through it, you know what I mean? I love that the guardrail doesn't even like, attempt to slow this thing down. It's just gonna drive through it. Let's try maybe fourth for this section here. All the way around. Nice. Try to hit the rocks because they will definitely slow me down. I mean, it's easy to control in terms of like how sideways you can send it. Okay. Like you won't spin out with it, but the issue is literally just the power delivery. It's very strange. I love how slowly it changes gears, and then once it changes gears, it's like, and then it speeds up again. Maybe I can soften the rear end just a tiny bit. I think it hops a little bit too much. That's why my gears look like this, by the way. Or whatever, that's why my RPM looks like that. It's 'cause this thing's rear end is just hopping like crazy. But I am trying to build a very broken tune. For the very purpose of having this thing be able to slide somewhat like a normal vehicle. See how much, like, cleaner or easier it is to, like, stay sideways? Like, I barely have to force this thing to go sideways. It's just constantly sideways. Excessive tow is an insane thing for this. The main reason why I added camber to the rear as well. Usually you don't really want camber for cars in the rear. Not too much anyway. The reason why I did it for this is because I want even less of a contact patch on the rear. I want the rear end of this thing to slide as easily as possible. That's why I put camber on the rear end of this thing. Usually with some of my drift cars, or most of the drift cars that I don't have rear camber at all. Like, it just doesn't exist. Like, it's on 0 most of the time. Or, like, 0.5 or something like that. Something very, very, very low. But I want, like, even less of a contact patch on the rear, so the rear end is just easy to just send sideways. All I need is the front end to be able to grip up. To have a good amount of grip. Just so I can basically steer this thing in the right direction and not be able to spin out with it. Excessive tow is just going to keep this thing sideways all the time. Like, literally impossible to drive this thing in a straight line. You'll see when I stop, by the way. Well, not when I stop, but when I go back into driving normally again. You'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not a million-point build, but I just wanted to show you what drifting one of these things can be like. Well, it could be a million-point build. I'm just not going to get it this run. So I was trying to kind of still get used to driving this big ass thing. Big os. I turned British. Big os. Right, watch this, right? Have a look at my steering, right? I am not steering at all with this thing. Well, let me put myself kind of in a straight line. This is me accelerating. I'm not steering. You can see my steering is not... I'm not doing anything. This is it just doing it on its own, by the way. It's going left and right by itself because of the excessive tow. So I'm not steering at all with this thing. So this is what I'm talking about, like with the excessive tow. You kind of force it to constantly be able to go in a straight line, or constantly basically not be able to go in a straight line. It's just kind of always off center with the tow. As you can see, I'm not steering at all. My hand isn't even on like my buttons on my controller. This is it doing it by itself. Now, I'm not saying put excessive tow on every single one of your builds, but if you're trying to do a broken build on a dumb vehicle like this, it helps a lot. It helps a lot with your build. Well, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I feel like this was a little bit more educational than anything else, than me just trying your tunes. But it was fun. I do always enjoy the tunes that you guys send me, even the bad ones. Like I'm telling you now, like I don't really mind that you sent me a tune that you're maybe not overly familiar with building properly. I'm more than happy to test out the tune. I'm more than happy to try it out. Just because I said that your tune's bad or your tune is shit, you know, like don't feel discouraged to never send me tunes again. Feel more like, oh, cool, this is shit. I gotta try and build something else. Try and build it better next time. You know what I mean? Like I'm not here to berate you. I'm not here to like, you know, insult you because of your tune or whatever. I'm just, you know, saying that if your tune is bad, just don't take it to heart. Just, you know, come back next time, get another tune. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be even dumber than the last time. And even if it's bad, it's still entertaining to try out and to fix up and anything. Like it's just still welcomed content, even if the tune is bad. So thank you for sending the tunes in. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching I'm gonna finish the video off. I can't speak anymore. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you guys later.